when you see people that are successful or like are doing the things that you want to be doing or just making more money in general, it's easy for the brain to default into like, I can never do that. I would never be, I'm not that kind of person. Because that's something that my brain said when I was making $10 an hour. And fast forward 10 years later, my first sales job and my first commission check, I make $70,000 in one commission check, just one. And so I want to explain not only just the neuroscience of this, because that's what my degree is in, but I want to explain a little bit of my own personal journey of like, this is the thing that nobody talks about. It's like, your brain isn't wrong. And when it says like, I'm not that person, like I could never do that, it's not totally incorrect. You right now, with the given skills and abilities that you have, no, you can never do that. It's correct. You're not wrong. Your brain's not wrong. In fact, the part of the brain that's largely saying that is a part of your brain called the anterior cingulate cortex. And that the job of that part of your brain is to create a mental map of reality, and it's constantly checking against like what is being experienced in your life to see, is there a match? When there's a mismatch, what happens is dopamine lowers temporarily, and then your brain can essentially go on two different train tracks, either towards your amygdala or your prefrontal cortex. The amygdala is fear. It keeps you the same. It's instinctual. It's survival. It's not going to grow. That's like where that voice comes from. It's the amygdala. And then there's the prefrontal cortex, which is dopamine driven, and it allows you to take action. So what changed for me? What was the thing that changed for me? The thing that changed for me was like just understanding that, yes, the person I am right now, I would not be capable of holding down like a corporate job or making $70,000 a year or whatever, getting large commission checks or doing sales. No, $10 an hour Jessica would not be able to do any of those things. $10 an hour Jessica had to learn how to become that person. It's a process. And so whatever it is that you're trying to go, whenever your brain says those things of like, oh, I can't do that, correct, validate it. You are right, brain. Thank you so much for trying to protect me. Now, let's get into that prefrontal cortex. What would it take? That's the question. What would it take? What would I need to do to become that person? And then it becomes objective. It becomes something you can operationalize. It's like making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. If I don't have the ingredients, if I don't have bread, peanut butter, and jelly and a knife and a plate, although I could probably make the sandwich without those two things, but if I don't have those ingredients, there ain't no sandwich. And so I had to figure out, how do I get bread? How do I get peanut butter? How do I get jelly? Like, that is how simple it is. I know it sounds insulting when it's like broken down like that, but I promise you, whatever goal you're trying to achieve, break it down into the ingredients of success. Okay? Somebody else has done it or done a similar version of it, and just study them. What did they do? What steps did they take? What did their Tuesday look like? And this is going to do two things for you. One, it's going to activate that part of your brain. Your prefrontal cortex is going to generate dopamine in your brain. And your prefrontal cortex is the action taker. It's in charge of impulse control, emotional regulation, complex decision making, and planning for the future. All of those things are going to help you make your life better. And the other thing is, it literally adds a framework, like a step-by-step, this is how to guide. This is how to make the peanut butter and jelly. So it's funny because the process itself helps your brain actually go through the steps. The process of like understanding how to break it down into objective steps gets blood to flow to the part of your brain that you need in order to take action. See how well designed that is? It's almost like it was intentionally created in our brains. That breaking down the steps and the action of objectively observing these things literally get your brain to let blood flow to the part of your brain that allows you to take action, that allows you to think to the future, that allows you to regulate your emotions, which is what you need when you're creating change, because change is fucking scary. Isn't that mind-blowing? Is that not amazing? Okay, is that not fucking awesome? Success literally comes down to brain science and knowing the steps. And once you know the steps to making your peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the world is yours.